war, when they fire, are very loud. So if anybody of a nervous disposition, very young children or dogs, I suggest you leave as far away as you can to the side of the field. Okay? The firing display you're asked to see is using two Second World War 25-pound field guns. The 25-pound field gun was brought into use at the beginning of the Second World War. It was a development directly from the First World War 18-pounder. This gun can fire up to a range of 7.68 miles. Okay? The gun itself fires different types of ammunition. The main one being this yellow one, which is high explosive. There are different fuses which you can put on, 117 or 119, depending on the job you're doing. These weigh 25 pounds, hence the name 25 pounder. They will also fire smoke shells, starburst shells, and also this is an armour piercing round against anti-tank. This actually weighs 20 pounds. Okay? The way it works is that the first thing to be loaded in the gun will be the actual round that you're firing. That is rammed home using the rammer until it engages in the rifling in the barrel. The second thing to be loaded, you'll see, is the brass case. This brass case contains different charges. I'll empty them out. There are 3 bags containing cordite, red, white and blue. Charge 1, to simplify, this is the amount of bang you get it. Charge 1 will be the red one on its own. You would throw away the other 2. Charge 2 is red and white. Charge 3 is all 3. There is also a supercharge, which is for the maximum distance and elevation, and that's a separate charge completely. The way the gun works, everything is done manually, including the calculations as to how you're actually going to point this and fire it. We have what's called a director, which is a bit like a theodolite and a compass built into one. That's the bit with the yellow green skirt on. Each of the guns has to be what we call zeroed in. We do a calculation from the director to the gun, and the zero line which we have chosen depending on which area you're fighting in. Each gun is then put onto the zero line. It means that each gun, when you've got a battery of 6, 12 guns, are all working off the same hymn sheet. When I give a bearing, both guns will move to that bearing. I don't have to do separate calculations for each gun. Okay? We have a wartime map, we're actually using red maps. You transfer the details of the map onto the plotting board and use the plotting board to decide the range, what charge you need, and what elevation you need. It's all done manually. Not like today where it's all done by computers and GPS satellites and things like that. So it is actually a physical job. Okay? What we're going to do now is we're going to get the guys to come into action. Take go! What I'm now going to do is explain the different positions on the gun team. The person in charge of each gun is the number 1. Please raise your hand. The number 1's job is to be in control of that gun. That gun will only fire when the number 1 says so. If the Queen turns up tomorrow and starts shouting fire, he still would not fire. He is the guy who can see everything that's going on that gun, and for safety he is the only one who commands it. The number 2, he's got the rammer under his arm. That is the thing that rams the shell hole into the barrel. Number 3, they're the brains of the operation, believe it or not. Scary, isn't it? They do what is called laying the gun. They use the dial sign, which is their job, to lay the gun on the one instructions they're given by the command post. He will set the range on the tone, he will set any arc for his needed, and he also three in charge of the ammunition. It's their job to get the ammunition ready, to load the ammunition into the gun, and then number two, as well as ramming the gun, then to open and close the breech. Okay? So what we're going to do now, is we're actually going to do a fire mission. So like I said, please be aware, this is loud. We are actually going to be shelling Wigan Town Centre. So this calculation is done to hit just outside the moon under the water pump. Alright? Gun number one. One round ranging, fire by order. HE 117. Charge 2. Range 4500 yards. Angle of sight 0. Bearing 354 degrees. The gun team will then put that information in. They'll set the range, they'll set the bearing using the dial sight. They've been told what to load, which is a high explosive round with a 117 fuse. When the number one is happy that has been done, he will indicate that the gun is ready to fire. This is a ranging shot. What you would do when you were given a task is you would fire a ranging shot to see how accurate you are. If the ranging shot is on target, then the rest of the fire mission can continue. If it isn't, then again they would do an adjustment. The forward observation officer would radio back and say, you need an adjustment, and they carry on until they got on target. So if you're ready, number one gun, fire.
Oh, it went through my toes.
Right. The time of flight, in other words, the length of time it will take for that shell to get from firing to landing in the centre of Wigan is 24 seconds. Okay? So once you've counted 24 seconds, it would have landed. The gun itself, as I said, has a maximum range of 7.68 miles. The maximum amount of time it will take from firing to landing is 56 seconds on its maximum range. See, if you have a good gun team, you can get 6 rounds a minute off. So by the time the first one lands, there's 5 more in the air. Okay? Now, we've been radioed back, and that is correct, and it's on target. So we're now going to do the fire mission. The fire by order, 4 round gunfire. HE 117. Charge 2. Bearing 354 degrees. Angle of sight 0. So at this point, both guns will come with load. Normally you would have a battery of a minimum of 6, and it goes in multiples of 6, so 6, 12, 18. Both guns have indicated they are ready. Fire! anything from 20 to 1,000 rounds fired at it. At the Second Battle of El Alamein in Africa, 25 pounders fired over 1 million shells. Okay? Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to show you the gun at its maximum high angle. Okay? This is for when you need to go up and over something. It's all very well if I'm